Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about reverse dieting. What is it? Why do we do it? Is it only for bodybuilders? I just competed in a bodybuilding show 8 weeks ago and I am kind of wrapping up my reverse diet. If you're in your fitness journey, you might have heard this term thrown around along with metabolic damage, metabolic adaptation. What do these things mean? Is reverse dieting only for bodybuilders? I'm gonna explain what reverse dieting is and how you can use it to sustain your fat loss. So in a nutshell, when you go on a diet, when you decrease your calories, your body is really freaking smart. It doesn't wanna change. It wants to hold on to fat. So actually, when you go onto a diet, it slows down your metabolism. Your body is going to burn fewer calories to try to conserve energy. That is metabolic adaptation. Now say you've reached your goal, or you're like me and you've competed and you don't want to gain it back. You worked so hard to burn that fat off. We've all heard the statistic that 95% of diets fail, which is so sad. We work so hard to burn this fat and then 95% of people gain it all right back. Why is that? It's because people don't realize that their metabolism has slowed and adapted to the few amount of calories that they were eating during their diet, and they just go right back to normal what they were eating before, and their body is like, oh my gosh, food, let's hold on to it. Let's store it as fat because we thought we were starving, but that is not the way to do it. Once your diet ends, you've reached your goal, a lot of people will say reverse dieting is the diet after a diet. So if you dieted properly, you probably slowly decreased calories and slowly increased cardio to create a large calorie deficit. Now we're gonna train our body to eat more and burn more calories by increasing food, increasing calories, and decreasing cardio. We do this over a really slow process. It is honestly not that fun. It's hard because you're like, oh, I reached my goal. Like I can do whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to like work out as hard, blah, blah, blah. And the reality is no, you need to slowly train your metabolism to eat more food because no one wants to be eating 1,200 calories their whole life. No, like I love food. I wanna be eating as much food as I can and maintain a leanness that I want. That's a little brief introduction into reverse dieting. We'll get a little more into the weeds later on, but first we're gonna go hit shoulders, my favorite exercise. If you know me, I think shoulders are so pretty on women and shoulder day is just my favorite. So let's go. Alrighty, we're keeping it simple and doing 4 sets of 10 of each exercise, starting with shoulder press. Keep your core tight and push those weights straight up. Don't let your lower back arch. Next, we're combining lat raises with front raises. You might need to go a little lighter than you would if you were just doing lateral raises. Don't swing the weight. If you find yourself using momentum, use a lighter weight. Moving on to upright rows. Pull the weight up to your chin, leading with your elbows. Keep the bar close to your body. Now for some tricep work. Overhead extensions are killer. Keep your elbows close to your head and focus on that stretch at the bottom. Last weighted exercise is cable tricep kickback. Lock your upper arm in place and focus on that squeeze at the end of the movement. To finish off, we're doing vacuum holds. These look crazy and they're kind of tricky to get the hang of, but they really help snatch your waist. Start by exhaling all the air from your lungs. Now imagine you're trying to touch your belly button to your spine and hold. You should feel your abs engage deeply, especially the transverse abdominis. That's your deep core muscle. Try to take shallow breaths. It'll take some practice. You can also do this lying down or on all fours. I freaking love a good shoulder day. Shoulders are my favorite and I just think they're so pretty and they're so fun to train. Anyways, I need to go run some errands because it is Daniel and I's first anniversary coming up in a few days. I want to grab some stuff. I actually ordered a cake for us. It's from the same bakery that did our wedding cake and I just ordered the exact same flavor that we had on our wedding day. So I need to go pick that up. But I want to talk a little bit about how I'm feeling post-show and how I've been able to do my reverse diet. So I am 2 months post-show. It's crazy to say. And I'm feeling pretty freaking good. A lot of girls do not talk about the post-show experience because it's freaking hard. Oh my gosh. I would say it's harder than the actual prep for a few reasons. Prep, you just have these blinders on and you're so focused towards this goal and you've been changing things really gradually, like slowly increasing cardio, slowly decreasing calories, and your body just kind of gets used to it. And then after show day, you just don't have this goal in sight anymore and you get to eat more food. You don't have to do as much cardio and it's really hard to see your body change, not to mention cravings. Oh my gosh, like if you have not competed or done an extreme diet, you do not know what these cravings are. There's a hormone called ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, and it is just so out of whack after a diet that it is just screaming at you that you're so hungry. And I think a lot of girls don't talk about the post-show experience because, one, it's like really hard to see your body change and to see definition go away and post about it and talk about it. Like, you just were sharing all of these ab veins and shoulder striations and all this stuff, and then like you get a few pounds of body fat and it just like doesn't feel good to share anymore. But I'm here to share that. And even though I'm up a few pounds, I still look freaking amazing, and I have to tell myself that, because even though I'm not stage lean and have a washboard six-pack abs, I look awesome, and I just need to remind myself that. So if you are a competitor, just remind yourself you look amazing, even if you're not at your stage weight, and your stage weight is not healthy. But anyway, to talk about reverse dieting, I have only gained 5 pounds in 8 weeks. So I was around 110 going into my show, and now I'm about 115, and I feel freaking great, and I'm eating so much, and I'm like barely doing any cardio. Towards the end of prep, I was doing 2 hours of cardio every single day and eating like 1,100 calories. And now I'm eating 2,200 calories, doing 20 minutes of cardio 5 days a week, and I'm just feeling so good. I still have body image issue days. Some days are better than others. I was talking to my coach, and she pointed out to me that I am eating the same amount of food that I was when I weighed 130 pounds, and I'm 15 pounds less than that, which is nuts. So how did I do this? How did I go from doing 2 hours of cardio a day, eating basically nothing, and now I'm eating 2,200 calories and doing no cardio, and I'm maintaining a very lean but healthy physique? We slowly increased my calories, mostly from carbs, and slowly decreased cardio. This just gives your body time to get used to this new protocol and find its new homeostasis. It is definitely not easy. I think post-show, post-diet is way harder mentally and emotionally than the actual prep, and it's not talked about a lot, but it does require a lot of willpower. But once you can push through those first few weeks of reverse dieting, your cravings kind of start to level out, your hormones start to level out, and you'll be so happy that you did a proper reverse, because you can eat a lot and not put on a ton of weight. It's an all too common story, and bodybuilding gets a bad rap for this because a lot of girls will compete and then just have a really unhealthy relationship with food after and go through a binge and restrict cycle. And it's really sad, but I totally understand it, because your cravings are just so intense. So what does this mean if you're not a bodybuilder, but you just went through a fat loss phase and you want to maintain? Just slowly increase your calories, slowly decrease your cardio, just like you should have been doing if you were following what I think is the right way to diet, slowly doing all of that stuff. And your body will kind of level out. I personally think everything should go slow and steady. Just give your body time to adjust. With all that said, we're gonna go run some errands and get this cake, and it's gonna be so hard not to eat it, but I have to wait for our anniversary. I freaking love Addison Rae's new song, Diet Pepsi. It is such a vibe. It is like Lana-esque, and I used to be obsessed with Lana. Honestly, I still am. Costco gas is a freaking mess right now. Quick question, which hand do you guys drive with? Do you drive with both hands on the wheel? Right hand, left hand? Daniel's getting mad. Not really, but like, I drive with my left hand on the wheel, and I was kind of noticing like all these bumps on the leather of the steering wheel, and I realized it's from my wedding stack. So I'm trying to drive with my right hand, but it just doesn't feel right. And I don't want to like take my ring off just to drive. It's like a sure way to lose it. These Mint Fit Crunches are my all-time favorite protein bar. Literally tastes like a Girl Scout cookie. I just love them so much, and I'm so glad to have them back in my diet. And the macros are actually really good. I usually hand make a card for like birthdays and anniversaries and Christmas and all that stuff, but I'm worried I won't have time, so I'm just gonna grab something just in case. You're totally my jam. That's really cute. All of these cards are literally like $7. Okay, I will find time to make my own because it'll be more meaningful and I'll save $7. Sometimes you just need to eat an entire cucumber. You guys seen that guy on TikTok? No, but really, this trend was made for me. You guys know I love cucumbers, so trying out the TikTok viral cucumber salad. And I just got this mandolin at Target yesterday, and I'm very excited about it. Okay, so you do about an entire cucumber. Let me look it up real quick so I don't get it wrong. I don't think I've ever had smoked salmon, so I'm like kind of scared I won't like this, but it sounds good. And I like salmon and sushi and cooked salmon, so we'll find out. It smells good. And I like don't like fishy smells, so now we put this in the jar. He really stuffs the jar in the videos, so. I do have some pre-sliced, pre-mandolined red onions, so I'm gonna chop some of these up. I don't know how this is all gonna fit in there. This is what I'm not sure about. I don't know if I should try to whip it up. Oh, that was exactly 30. I'm not even kidding. That's to tracking. You just have an eyeball for it. I also don't even know if I like capers. I just feel like it sounded good, but I think they're related to olives, and I hate olives, so how do you do this? I don't know how you're supposed to get the capers out and not the juice. All right, I don't love the smell of these, so we're just gonna do a tiny bit. Now, everything seasoning. He also uses MSG, which I literally don't know what that is, and I don't know where you buy it, so we're leaving that out. Give it a good shake. Okay, that looks pretty mixed up. Taste test. A little bit of everything in this bite. It's actually really good. And I guess I like smoked salmon because I would definitely recommend this. Now I'm going to head over to my brother's to see my nieces. I'm gonna have a little craft night and I'm gonna make a card for Daniel. I cannot draw to save my life, but I'm kind of creative, so I made this on Canva. It's gonna like look like the cake that I got. It says just married 1 year ago, and then printed some stuff for my nieces to color. But I literally just traced this like a little kid. It turned out cute, I promise. Okay guys, we're gonna make my cottage cheese brownies that I've been obsessed with. I know it sounds weird, but they're actually so good. I think I showed the recipe in the last video, but I have made them better, and it was kind of an accident. It was late and I was really tired, and they had been in the oven for 15 minutes. And then I realized, I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to add the oat flour. And Daniel was like, just add it now. I was like, they're literally almost done. What do you mean? Just add it, like they're ruined. There's no way. And I took the brownie batter out of the oven, added the oat flour, blended it all up, and put it back in. And it makes them so good. I made it multiple times like this now, of blending it like mid-cook, and I don't know what it does, but it is so good. I know it sounds crazy, but we're gonna make them. Now we add it back to the blender. I know it's crazy, but just trust me. Now we add our oat flour, 3 tablespoons, and blend it up. I know it's crazy, but it was a happy accident and makes it so good. It made that big of a difference that I'm doing this over and over again, so it's thick. Okay, I've let it set up a little bit. I do realize this is quite the process. It was light when I started and now it's dark. But I top it with a little vanilla protein ice cream. I don't know, something about like baking it and then adding the oat flour, like it makes it like a pudding. It's like so fudgy. I don't know if you can, oh gosh. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to not have to double blend. I wonder if I could just add the oat flour and mix it in. That would make it a lot easier. It's literally like thick, gooey fudge. Oh my gosh, so good. Well, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about reverse dieting and what it can look like and how powerful it can really be. I'm feeling so good. I feel like I look so good. I have some healthy body fat, but I'm still really lean, and I cannot believe how much I'm eating, and it's just gonna go up from here. I don't know if I wanna compete again. I say that, but right now I really just wanna focus on feeling good, and I really wanna grow my booty. So that's the goal, and that would be the goal if I wanna compete. I'm not gonna do like a full-on bulk. I'm just gonna try to stay lean and put on as much muscle as I can and just enjoy it. Anyway, let me know if there are any other topics you guys want me to cover, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Whoa! What is Where'd you get that?
Granted,
I thought you weren't gonna do that.
it was hard to keep it aside. Happy anniversary. Tastes just like our wedding day. I haven't had cake in so long.
Cake and champagne is the best combo.
It really is.